Good evening, folks. You're watching Learn Extra Matric Revision. My name is Jacques du Plessis, and I'm in the studio tonight with an old friend of mine and quite a brilliant mathematician. You've been seeing her on our channel. Her name is Lee Pless. We will be taking your questions live tonight for 3 hours running. But you need to get a pen and paper ready because I'm going to give you the telephone number to phone. Our phone number is 086 105 8262. I'm going to repeat that for you folks. 086 105 8262. So get those calls coming. Any problem you have, phone us and the two of us will help you tonight. And that's exactly what our first caller did. His name is Tiani, and Tiani is from Mangona village. Okay, I'm going to start reading the question in that case. We haven't got Tiani yet, but I'm going to read the question for the folks at home watching us, and I've made a few notes on the screen with the key pointers. Tiani, good evening.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm all good, and yourself?
Good stuff, man. I've got your question in front of me. I just need to read it so that everybody knows what the question is about, Tiani, so you're going to hang on for me.
Okay.
Excellent. Tiani's question is saying, a group of women decides to invest their money into a sinking fund. And I've put that on the screen for us.
Okay.
They realize that they can get a higher interest of 9.875% on their investment if they invest at least 5,000 Rand per month for the next 3 years. If there are 12 women in this group, determine how much each woman will get at the end of the investment period if they invest 5,000 Rand per month. Okay, so folks, this question is saying this group of 12 women collectively will put in 5,000 Rand per month into an account. Tiani? Tiani, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, tell me, what type of question is this, Tiani?
The sinking fund.
It's a sinking fund, right? That's fine. It's on the screen. It's a sinking fund. Tell me more. What am I going to use to answer this question? In other words, is it an investment or am I borrowing money? What am I working with here?
You're working with annuity, I think.
It's an investment. You agree?
Yeah.
Okay, now, if I work with an investment, am I working with a present value or am I working with a future value normally?
You are working with future value, I think.
Future value. Okay, now you've got two future value formulas that you can use, Tiani. Which one do you suggest I use for this question?
FV is equal to...
Give it, okay, I'll write it down. FV equals?
X,
Yes.
open big bracket,
I'm listening, Tiani.
and then you open a bracket, 1 plus I, the power of n, minus 1.
All of that divided by I. You agree?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, now, Tiani, what I was hoping you were going to answer is I was hoping you were going to tell me that this is an annuity. It's not just a once-off investment. It's an investment that happens monthly. So
Yeah.
then we have to use our future value of our investment, our future value of an annuity formula. You agree?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Tell me, this interest rates and stuff that I've got over here, they said to us in your question that you gave to me, they said they can get an interest rate of 9.875 on their investment. Now, I am not so sure how that is going to be paid. So in other words, Tiani, I need you to tell me, what did the question say? Did it say it was per annum compounded monthly, or what did it say? Did it say it was per annum compounded annually? Which one of these two was in the question?
It was not said.
It wasn't
What they
said.
Yeah, what they said is they realized that they can get a higher interest rate of 9.875% on their investment.
Okay, so I'm going to take the liberty to say that we are going to work with this being a nominal monthly rate that they gave us. In other words, we need to pay attention to this component of the interest rate. We need to fix it before we can use it. Now, how am I going to fix that, Tiani? What must I do?
What must you do? I think you will have to fix the month. Yes.
Okay, we want to change this per annum to months. We want to know how much we pay per month, compounded monthly. Now, they're telling us, Tiani, that this is how much we pay a year. If we pay
Grade
this
12,
a year,
prepare for your exam.
Then we need to divide this by 12. You agree?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, but that's not good enough because we cannot work with R. We need to work with I. So we're going to say it is this interest rate 9,875, but we're dividing it by 1,200. You agree?
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
Okay, so that's the first thing that I want us to do, is take the 9.875 and divide it by the 1,200. Then we get 0,0. Now look at that ugly number there. Can you see it?
Sure.
Okay, we are not going to round that number off. I'm just making a note because the moment I touch the screen, that thing is going to go away. So this is going to be equal to 0,008 22916 recurring. Okay, now we fixed our interest rate, Tiani. The second thing we need to watch out for before we go and plug into our formulas is this N is 3 years. What do I need to change this to?
Yes, you said it's a month.
Okay, how many months are there?
You will multiply by 12.
Okay, we multiply by 12 and we get 36 months.
Yes.
Okay, you happy with that?
Yes, maybe.
Okay, now there's one more problem I've got, but I'm not so sure if it's a problem because the question isn't telling me that. The question isn't saying that I'm investing this money immediately, Tiani. So you've got to listen very carefully now. If I invest this money immediately and I invest it for 3 years, then there's quite a few scenarios that can play itself out here. If I invest immediately, I make 36 payments. But there's that one payment period at the end where at the end of that period I'm not going to pay. So I must add interest over here. Or if I start paying at the end of the first month and I continue to pay right up to the end of the 3 years, then there's no interest that I need to pay. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, so let's work as if we're working with the second scenario. Our future value will then be the 5,000 that we pay in per month. Then we've got that ugly number 1,00822,916 recurring. The power there is a power of 36 minus 1 divided by 0,00822,916 recurring. Okay, let's do that on our calculator.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. We've got that number, we add 1 to it. We raise it to the power of 36. I'm doing it step by step, Tiani. Minus 1 gives me that. And then I divide that by 0.008 2291, and I just continue with the 6s until my screen is full. That gives me 41.7 blah, blah, blah. I times that with 5,000, and I get my next number, which is 208,512.61. Okay.
Yeah, that means we got the same answer.
That is the answer. That is the money that they have saved at the end of the 3 years into this sinking fund. That's what they've got at the end of the 3-year period. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, now Tiani, your question is saying something interesting at the end of the question. It says if there are 12 women in the group, determine how much each woman will get at the end of the investment period if they invested 5,000 Rand per month. Okay, so what do I need to do now to find out how much each woman is going to get of this portion of money that's in the bank. What must I do now?
You must divide it by 12 because there are 12 women.
Precisely. Okay, so let's go to our calculator and let's say divide that answer for me by 12 and we get...
17,000.
I beg your pardon?
17,376.
There we go. So if I divide this, I'm just going to do it in another color. Let me just make a note of our answer, 0.05. Let's just say now we divide this by 12 to see how much each woman will get. So each woman will get an amount of 17376.05. Tiani, well done. That's good.
Wow.
Tiani?
Yeah, I got stuck when they gave the interest rate without telling me how it was compounding.
Say again, Tiani. I didn't hear you there. I was fiddling with a button here. Sorry, just say that to me again.
I said I got stuck when they told me the interest rate without telling me how it is compounding.
Okay, you see, no, they didn't tell us that. They didn't tell us how the compounding happened. So we had to, that's usually, there's two things here. They didn't tell us when the person started paying as well.
That was another thing.
That's the two things that were missing from this question. Now, don't worry too much about that because if you get an exam question, they will be very clear about when they start paying so that they know, is this a normal annuity or is this what they refer to as an annuity due? And they will also, Tiani, I promise you, they will give you the interest rate properly and say it's 9.875 per annum compounded monthly or then per annum compounded annually. So you must change that interest rate to work in months. You cannot work with an interest rate that's in years if you're or if you're making monthly payments. You get that?
Yes, I get that.
Okay, Tiani, listen, young man, where did you get this question from, by the way?
From a textbook.
Okay, good stuff. Tiani, phone us if you have another problem.
Yes, I will definitely.
Thanks, Tiani. Bye-bye.